Good morning, students. This is our fourth video of our second chapter of geography, that is the physical features of India. As after completing the third physiographic division, that is the western and eastern Ghat, we have to start our fourth physiographic division, that is the Great Indian Desert. As you know that the Great Indian Desert is also known as Thar Desert. It is a large region in the northwestern part of our Indian subcontinent. Remembered, it is the world's seventh largest desert, which cover an area of 2 lakh square kilometer. It lies mainly in the state of Rajasthan and extends up to Haryana, Punjab and Gujarat. It is an undulating sandy plain with sand dunes. Remembered, the term undulating means roughly, that is not same everywhere, somewhere up, somewhere down, that is called undulating. It receives very little rainfall and vegetation cover is also very less. Some streams appear during the rainy season, which is inundation river, but they soon disappear because it mainly depends upon rain. Then after, barchans and sand dunes are common in this desert. Luni is the only large river of this region, which drains into the Arabian Sea through the run of Kutch. Actually, in this region, due to canal made in Rajasthan, has large areas of fertile and farmers can grow 2 crops in a year. Students, here you see the word barchans and sand dunes. It should be clear to you that what is barchan and what is sand dunes. These two terms I am going to explain with the help of this diagram, so it will be very clear to you. Actually, barchans are crescent-shaped shifting sand dunes and are mostly found in the desert. Here, such type of shape, here this shape, this is called the crescent shape, and such type of shape-like features which is typically found in the desert area are called barchans. Here its name. This region is called slip face. Here this is called brink line. This is called horns, and this is the main body of this barchans. Then our second word is sand dunes. Actually, sand dunes are large masses of wind blown sand and are most common in desert environment such as the Sahara, and these sand dunes are also found near the beaches, as you see here in this diagram. Such type of features, this like a small mountain like features which is appearing in the desert area are known as sand dunes. This type of features is also found in the beaches also. Hope you could understood these two words, barchans and sand dunes. Then our fifth and second last physiographic division is the coastal plain. Actually, the peninsular plateau, remembered, the peninsular plateau is flanked by a stretch of narrow coastal strips running along the Arabian Sea in the west and Bay of Bengal in the east. Or we can say that the plain area in between the Western Ghat and Western Ghat and Arabian Sea is called the Western Coastal Plain, and the plain area in between the Eastern Ghat and the Bay of Bengal is called the Eastern Coastal Plain. Or we can also say that the Western Coastal Plain lie between the Western Ghat and Arabian Sea. Actually, it is a narrow plain which stretches from Gujarat to Kerala. Again, Western Coastal Plain are divided into three sections, that is Konkan Coast from Mumbai to Goa, Kannad, this is the central part, and Malabar Coast, that is the southern part of this coastal plain or Western Coastal Plain. These plains have natural harbors also. The two most well-known harbors are at Mumbai and Marmagoa, which is in Goa. Despite of this harbor, it also forms estuary, important estuary which is formed by the river Narmada and Tapi. Actually, estuary is when fast blowing rivers enters the sea through a narrow creek and does not form a delta and drains all the silt and sediment into the sea, such type of area is called estuary. As you can see here, this is river, here is also river, this is our ocean, and this two river without forming any delta here. It deposits all the water, sand and sediments into this sea. Such region is known as estuary. But when remembered, this water body or this river drains its silt, sand and water in the sea and make a triangular shaped region at this mouth are called delta. And without making any triangular shape, if it drains all its sediments, water and silt, then it forms estuary. After this Western Coastal Plain, our second is Eastern Coastal Plain, which lies in between the Eastern Ghat and the Bay of Bengal. The northern part of this Eastern Coastal Plain is called Northern Circus, and the southern part of this Eastern Coastal Plain is called Southern part Coromandel Coast. They are wide and leveled plain in comparison to Western Coastal Plain. This Eastern Coastal Plain is wider. It extends from Bengal to Kanyakumari. It has also four deltas formed by river Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna and Kaveri. Even Lake Chilika and Lake Pulicat are the important saltwater lakes on the coastal plain. And the last physiographic division of India is the islands. Students, you know that in our country, that is India, we have only two groups of islands. One lies in the Bay of Bengal and the other lies in the Arabian Sea. The islands which lies in the Bay of Bengal are called Andaman and Nicobar Islands, and the island which lies in the Arabian Sea are called Lakshadweep Island. Then first we see about the Lakshadweep Island. Lakshadweep Island lie close to the Malabar coast of Kerala. This group of islands is composed of small coral islands. It is an archipelago. Actually, the term archipelago officially means consisting of 12 atolls, 3 reefs, and 5 submerged banks. It is the smallest union territory of India, remembered, and formerly it was known as Lekadip, Minicoy, and Amendip. Kavrathi Island is the administrative headquarters. This Lakshadweep Island was formed by coral deposits. As I told you a little bit earlier, Lakshadweep Island is completely formed by the coral polyps or coral deposits. Actually, coral are short-lived microscopic organisms which live in large groups called colonies. When coral begins to settle and grow around ocean island, they thrive in shallow mud-free and warm waters. They segregate hard rock-like substance. The coral segregation and their skeletons form coral deposits in the roof of reefs, and thus 3 reefs are formed, that is, barrier reef, fringing reef, and atolls. These barrier reefs, then fringing reef, and atolls we could understand by the diagram which I have shown you after completing our second group of island, that is Andaman and Nicobar Island. Actually, Andaman and Nicobar Island lie in the Bay of Bengal oceans. It has a group of 572 islands, but only 38 are inhabited. Most of the islands are in the Andaman group. Actually, this Andaman and Nicobar Islands are grouped or divided into Andaman in the north and Nicobar in the south. They are the elevated portion of the submarine mountain, as Indira Point is the southernmost point of India, lie in this Andaman and Nicobar Island, and India's only active volcano, that is the Barren Island, is also situated in this Andaman and Nicobar Island. The region lies near the equator, that's why it has hot and wet climate, also rich in flora and fauna. As you know that Port Blair is its capital, and this Andaman and Nicobar Island also serve as a naval base. Now students, we again back to our 3 words, that is atolls, fringing reef, and barrier reefs. As you see, the term atolls, but before starting the term atolls, first we should see this barrier reefs, and before that, first one, let's see fringing reef, then after barrier, and then after atolls. Actually, fringing reef, it has reef. By misfortune, I have written here it is reef. Fringing reef is the first part for the formation of atoll. Actually, when the volcanic island is gradually sinking in the bottom of the ocean body, it has named at different sections. For example, when volcanic mountain starts sinking, the first part of this sinking is called fringing reef. As you see, the fringing reefs are near the side of the islands. They begin to settle and grow around the oceans, islands. This is after this the second layer or second stage of formation of atoll is the barrier reef. As you see, barrier reef is a coral reef close and running parallel to the shore but separated from it by a channel of deep water. Actually here you can see this is the fringing reef, which is the first part for the formation of. Here is atoll, we can come after a short time here. And second, when this reef becomes deeper and deeper, it means earlier the reef is here, this water body, then after when water again becomes deeper here, it goes upward the mountain, it forms the barrier reef. And the last stage of this is the formation of atoll. As you see, atoll is a ring-shaped island. Here it is a ring-shaped island formed of coral. It is surrounded by a body of water called lagoon. When volcanic islands completely submerge, the atoll is formed encircling the lagoon. Here, when this volcanic mountain completely submerged underwater, above this volcanic mountain there is a circular shaped ring, and this circular shaped ring is called the atoll. Then here is also I have written the volcanic island is gradually sinking and completely submerged, leaving behind an atoll. First stage and last stage of formation of atoll. The first step is fringing. This one is fringing, and again when this mountain becomes deeper and deeper, or the water becomes above this mountain, here first it goes above, and then after this part completely submerged in water here, that is the atoll. Fringing, barrier and atoll. Such type of reefs are common in Lakshadweep Island because Lakshadweep Island is completely made up of coral polyps, and these reefs are correlated with the coral polyps. With this video, I am going to conclude today's video. Next day, I am coming with some important keywords of this lesson with some extra question and answer. Thank you very much.